Good afternoon. Today we will be discussing arbitration. Presenting will be John, Brooke, Bianca, Victoria, Jen, and Julia.
We will begin by asking you some questions to see how much you know about arbitration. Then we will present a lecture on arbitration to make you more familiar with the subject. We will be doing a real-life case involving an arbitrator, which will give the class a chance to get involved. Lastly, we will play a fun game to test your knowledge, so make sure to pay attention during the lecture. I will now pass it over to Bianca to ask you some questions. Andy, what is arbitration?
Well, Shosi, arbitration is a process that uses a neutral third party to make a decision. This eliminates the necessity of using the court system. Arbitration is a very common feature in union contracts. However, non-unionized employees can also use an arbitrator in labor disputes.
Okay, Andy. What types of circumstances require the use of an arbitrator?
An arbitrator can be used in many different types of situations, such as when an employee feels that they have been wrongfully dismissed. Wrongful dismissal is the termination of an individual's employment for reasons that are unfair, unreasonable, or without sufficient cause. Some reasons for taking action include sexual harassment, breach of duty, conflict of interest, misrepresenting qualifications, willful disobedience, theft, fraud and dishonesty, excessive absenteeism, intoxication, or any breach of human rights legislation.
Oh wow, that is very interesting. When an arbitrator is making their decision, what are some things that they need to consider?
When an arbitrator is making a decision, they need to keep in mind the mitigating circumstances, which are as follows: the length of service, record of grievers, employment relationship, personal circumstances, whether it is premeditated, whether the griever was provoked, enforcement consistency, serious incident, misunderstanding, or any other circumstances that griever seems to want to change.
Are there different types of arbitration?
Yes, there is binding and non-binding arbitration. Binding arbitration is when the arbitrator has the final say in the dispute and the two parties are bound by this decision. Non-binding arbitration is when the arbitrator has the final say, but the decision is not enforceable.
But Andy, isn't an arbitrator the same thing as a mediator?
No, Shosi, this is a common mistake. A mediator is the process by which a third party helps negotiators reach a settlement. So, they don't actually make the decision, they just help the two parties by pointing out various compromises and possible solutions that will allow them to potentially come to an agreement.
Is there anything else I should be aware of concerning arbitration?
Actually, one other thing to remember is that an arbitrator has the ability to reinstate employees, as well as grant damages based on reasonable notice principles in a situation where the employee has been wrongfully dismissed.
Thank you so much, Andy. This was very educational. I learned so much about arbitration. Now you will get to work on an arbitration case in class. Good luck, and see you later.
Peace out, classmates.